tonight's State of Growth report, we're following up on the study we told you about last night at 6. It found our state's outdated road system could be costing us economically. Another part of the study found nearly a third of our area's roads are in poor condition. News 5's Spencer Humphrey joins us live in the Springs to put these figures in perspective for us. Spencer.
Yeah, well, Elizabeth, perspective is the key word there. While the share of our area's roads reported to be in poor condition may sound like a lot, the people in charge of maintaining some of those roads want you to know they are making progress. We told you how much the recently released TRIP report determined Colorado Springs drivers lose by simply sitting in traffic.
Traffic congestion is costing the average motorist $838 annually.
But the report, aimed at studying an area's transportation network and how it affects the community around it, found more.
We also took a look at the condition of major roads across the state.
When it comes to the Colorado Springs area specifically,
30% of major roads are in poor condition and another 25% are in mediocre condition.
The report found those roads, some of which are maintained by the city, others by the county or CDOT, are also costing drivers.
Costing the average Colorado Springs motorist $644 annually.
That's thanks to the wear and tear those roads bring on our cars.
That's one I can personally attest to. I'm now on a first-name basis with the folks at my local tire and alignment shop.
The city of Colorado Springs maintains roughly 6,000 miles of streets.
If you stretch that out, mile to mile, it would go from Colorado Springs past Rome, Italy.
That's Travis Easton, the city's public works director. He says it's important to keep that 30% figure in perspective.
Before 2C, we really didn't have a whole lot we were putting forward in that maintenance.
Ballot Measure 2C, which voters approved in 2015, provided funds to fix things like potholes and cracked pavement. In 2019, voters approved to extend it for another 5 years.
2C, however, injected between 50 and 55 million per year.
He says it brought an immediate difference.
We tracked a lot of the claims brought to the city by folks who maybe damaged a tire with a pothole and things like that. At the end of 2018, the number of claims within the city were down 93%.
The numbers back him up. 2016's TRIP report rated 37% of the area's roads in poor condition. Like you heard, this year that number is down to 30%. With all that in mind, though, there is still work to do.
The reality is, the infrastructure in our city took decades to get in the situation that it's in, the condition that it's in. We're not going to get out of it in a few years.
Now, when it comes to 2C funding, he tells me the city has actually been able to stretch some of those dollars and spend it on projects that weren't initially included in the measure. Now, if you want to read that full TRIP report for yourself, we've got it up on our website at KOAA.com. Always watching out for you, Colorado Springs. Spencer Humphrey, News 5.